goodness. Okay, what is this all about? Hold on. YouTube's being weird. Why must we be weird? Please don't be weird. Come on. All right, here we go. YouTube, you're live. And Facebook, you're doing your thing. Let's go. Hi, Jane. Hey, Garrett. Michelle. Kelly Marie. Hi. Seen you in a million years, although I keep checking out your baby's pictures. I can't comment because I'm always getting banned on Facebook. Gail. Gianna. Hi. All right, we're doing good. Okay. So, what a week. Like, what a month this week has been. Hey, Lori. Rebecca. Good evening. All right, we're all here. Nice. I hope you're warm where you are. I will not turn the heat on it. I'm not till November. And isn't it cool when your kids get old enough to start sounding like you? So my daughter Devin, who's living with her boyfriend now, in his house, she called me. She says, she said he wanted to put the heat on. And I'm like, are you crazy? It's only October. The air conditioner is still in the window. You can't turn the heat on. Put a sweater on. She's like, I realized who I sounded like. I'm like, yeah. It's funny how that happens, huh? So in her condo, it was a different heating system, and condos always seem to stay warmer. But in the house, it's another story, and it's well, it is what it is, right? Heating costs are going to escalate, and luckily it looks like we're going to have a warmer winter than they had originally predicted because of El Nino. But of course, that also means, hey Pamela, hey Elisa, my God, everyone's here. Our foliage wasn't that great, even though we had a very wet summer. I guess it's been so warm, unseasonably warm in Connecticut, that the leaves didn't really get that frost they need to really turn. So we aren't getting the vibrant colors that I was kind of thinking we would get. But what are you gonna do? I'll keep the warmth. I'm okay. I've seen leaves turn. I'm good. Hey Liliana, hi. Okay, could you get on my coffee, bud? Come on. Okay. So what else is going on this week? How's the lighting? Is everything okay? See, the light is hitting the case above my head here. I gotta paint that still, but that's the 1800s doll that I bought. I got a few haunted and interesting objects in the house. So, and my daughter Daisy's coming home. I'm so excited. She'll be home hopefully next week. She's gonna finish out her senior year of college here at home with me. Huh? Daisy's coming home. You happy? You happy? Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. You good boy? Say hello. Say hello, Orlando. Can you say hi? Say hi. Can you say hi? Say hi. Look, they're all looking at you. Say hello. Hello. No, not today. All right. So what else is happening? Shop was pretty busy actually this week. Nite, Pamela, Demetrius. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Crazy bird. Shop was busy. Not a lot of readings, interestingly enough. Not a lot of the $5. Busy with the private readings. Not a lot of the quick walk-in readings. And I was so grateful. If anyone is here that was here last night, there was a lovely group of 4 new people in my shop. They came in, it was around 6 o'clock, and they were like, is there any chance we can all get one of those $5 readings? And at that point, I was losing my voice. I'd been coughing all day. And I was like, oh, do you live locally? And they were like, it's okay. We'll come back. Yes, we do. I'm like, you sure? Because if anyone comes from a distance, but 4 readings, I can't do it. I was like completely losing my voice. So gratefully, and I actually kind of put some energy out there that maybe just let the readings kind of not be quite so much this week. I am, my doctor took me off that hideous medicine, amiodarone. Me, who's a naturopathic, who does not do medicine, on that awful death medicine, and took me off of it. Thankfully, I was like, this isn't helping, and it's just like there's 18,000 side effects. I think I've got 18,001. And he gave me some albuterol. It's, again, the coughing is from the intubation, so that's supposed to go away. But it might take a couple months, 4 months. I'm like, 4 months, really? 4 months? It's been 2. I've been coughing since I left the hospital. But otherwise, everything's You lost connection, Michelle? I'll cry. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Val. Anne. All right. If anyone is on YouTube, please like the video. It helps. Hey, Tara. All right, so what else is going on? The readings. Well, the readings. I guess it's good that there weren't a lot of the $5 10-minute readings because I think the topics were so heavy that I think most people realize that there's no way in 10 minutes I could do the therapy session necessary. Tough. People are really, I don't want to say falling apart, but I think panic mode is set in for a lot of people. And the sense of a big theme in the readings was, am I wasting my time? The theme of wasted time, the hangman reversed next to certain other cards that just say, what is this? Whether it's the marriage or it's the job. For a lot of people, it was job related. A lot of readings this week were about job, unhappiness on the job, dissatisfaction, being treated badly, promises not being kept, promotions not being given. So that was one thing. And it's nuts out there. I almost got hit twice this week by people who ran red lights and nearly nailed me as I was taking a left on a arrow signal. And China was saying that a couple of people, like 6 people, ran green stop signs. Apparently that's just an optional thing now. So yeah, it's getting crazy, and the news and the what's coming out of Washington continues to just baffle. The latest being, and it's interesting. I also had these 2 young people in the shop today earlier, and they asked the question, and let's talk about that for a minute. What can we do as spiritual people, people who are really trying to better ourselves, to make the world a better place? What can we do? And they were very, very sincere about that. Yes, they were. They were very sincere. And we talked about things. We talked about karma and dharma. And the fact, and maybe some of you don't know this, but karma is our accrued misdeeds through lifetimes. And we carry that weight, that weight that the Catholic Church bastardized into original sin. Okay, that is actually your karma that you bring from past lives. And we carry it. And the object of our lifetimes is to be ascended above that behavior so that we end with no debt. You want to end the lifetime with no debt. But the way you erase karmic debt, karma is erased through dharma. And dharma is the kind, good, wonderful things we do when nobody is watching, the things we give when we're not taking it off on our taxes or we're not putting a big show on. It's those things we do quietly that are really between us and our deity, our whoever we're praying to, and that erases that takes away our karma. Dharma erases karma. So I said, but the way karma and dharma, I said, little things. I said, when I used to walk my kids in the stroller, I would bring a garbage bag and I would pick up trash. If somebody asks for $1 for the bus, give them 5. Give them, genuinely step up and be that person. Hey, Kim. And do those little things that make the world a better place for everybody. And try to be kind. But at the same time, we were talking about empathy and being an empath. I'll see comments here. Oh, Michelle's crazy. Hey, Patty. Oh my God, there you are. People who are usually asleep watch this video on Saturdays and Sunday mornings are here. So very cool. The empathy thing. Let's go. And then so they talk about empathy. I'm like, listen, the thing about empathy is this. When people come into the shop and they're like, now the word is being overused to the point it's been saturated. But he said, I know what I am. I found out I'm an empath. And it's like, okay, that's good, because that means that you're one of the 97% of people who have empathy and not one of the 3% who are sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissists, which is just a form of psychopath, sociopath, who don't. That's the hallmark of those awful people, is they don't have empathy. It is missing. It's missing. So when you say to someone like that, how would you like it if someone did that to you? They're just like, what? I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. And because they can't imagine it. They can't put themselves in someone else's shoes. And let's face it, that is what keeps most of us from doing bad things. We know how bad we'd feel if someone said that to us. We know how awful it would be if someone treated us that way. So we don't do it. And that's what keeps it. That's our empathy. We can imagine how that would feel. Not just sympathy, not just thinking, oh, I can imagine. No. I know how bad that would feel. I know if I took that kind of loss, if someone said that awful thing to me, I would just be, devastated. And we don't do it. But I think it goes beyond that now. Hey, Dee. Hey, Greta. I think it goes beyond that in terms of Dharma. And maybe part of our Dharma, when we see someone behaving that way, when we hear someone saying that, it's not just to say, you can't talk to me like that. It's, you can't talk to anyone like that. And when we have someone who's capable of really heinous deeds, and again, this is all part of what we were talking about. I was talking about this young couple. People come into the shop and they're like, well, I only do, white magic. I only do, the purest, highest good. I only, that's cool. I only send love and blessings. Okay. What would you do if your daughter was married to somebody who was, let's say, a cop or a firefighter, someone protected, and he was beating her, or he was starting to take her kids from her, and no one would do anything about it? What if you had a neighbor who, rather than complain about your dog's barking, threw poisoned meat over the fence? Would you still wish them love and light? Would you still be sending them blessings? The best analogy I can give, and again, talking about what Andrea and I spoke about last Saturday when we were talking, this idea of, you really shouldn't be so negative. You should just manifest positivity. And, maybe a gratitude journal. Maybe I'm like, yeah, okay, right here with your gratitude journal. I am very grateful for everything that's gone right. But I also know when someone's behaving badly, that they shouldn't be allowed to continue it. And, this idea that if a boulder was coming down a mountain, right? We're standing there and you're seeing a boulder coming down the mountain at you. Now you could say, I'm just going to send this boulder love and light. All right. I'm going to energetically. Okay. Or you could say, I'm not going to acknowledge that boulder. That boulder does not exist. I will not manifest the boulder. Me, I'm going to say, hey, all of us, let's go. Oh, here. Come on. Oh, here. We're going to go 50 feet in this direction, so we're not creamed by the boulder, because I'm not going to deny there's a boulder coming down the mountain. Sometimes, and I get turning off social media. I get turning off the news. I haven't owned a TV in 6 years, but there's a certain cowardice in saying, I won't watch the news. I don't want to know what's going on. Well, what do you mean you don't want to know? Because we came here to deal with it. Understand that all of us who are here came here to deal with it, not just to observe. We came here to deal in each of our unique ways, whether we're warriors or we're healers, whatever we're doing, and pretending it's not happening ain't helping nobody. It's just ignorant. I understand taking a break. We all need to take breaks. I've had to take breaks. But the news isn't getting better. The violent crime isn't getting better. We've got carjackings and theft and assault, and it's right there. I like to read the news that comes on the news break. It's part of Facebook, but it also comes as its own separate little app, and it just gives you the headlines, and it's just, and violent crime is on the rise, and people are just behaving so badly. And to pretend that that's not the truth, to pretend that those things aren't happening, is you're living in denial. And that's not, again, it's not benefiting you. It's not benefiting anybody. Isn't it better to know that you're going into a bad neighborhood and locking your doors and again, being careful, than to say, I'm not acknowledging negativity. All neighborhoods are the same. Well, no, they're not. No, they're not. All people are not the same. It's not the same thing. I hear you, Rosemary. You're right. Well, my take on it. It's not just about you're not gonna do it to anybody. Okay. So anyway, that was a long conversation we had, and again, how we can make the world a better place, and it is by doing those things. It's by taking accountability, taking care of yourself. Just like on the airline, when they tell you, how do you put your mask on yourself and then put it on your children. If you're running yourself down, if you're not getting enough rest, and I know pot calling the kettle black bottom here, but if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not getting enough rest, if you're not, taking care of your teeth, I know it's a little thing, but going to the dentist is important. I'm shocked at all the terrible health things that can happen from like having bad teeth. Little things that you should, and it's upkeep. Just like you take care of your car, you get oil changes, you change the tires. It's upkeep. Treat yourself that well. Understand that you're a vessel, and you're a vessel for the divine to work through. You can't give the divine a damn messed up, fucked up vessel. Try to keep it clean, and try to keep it healthy and rested, so that when it comes time for you to step up and do your work, you're working at optimal energy. And that's another thing that you can do to help everybody. And then you take care of your children and your immediate family. And then you can look at the neighborhood. That's why I always say I take care of my community. I can't take care of the whole world, but my community, that I can do. And that's what we have to do. And this idea, if you're a Reiki master, if you do Reiki, I'm not telling you what to do. And most of you do per diem work, and you certainly give work away. I know that. But I still hear people talking about, you got to honor the gift, and you have to. I'm pretty sure Jesus never sat there and said, "Oh, Ethel, ooh, yeah, nasty infection on that leg. That must hurt. No money? I'm sorry, honey. No, can't do it. Got to honor the gift. Can't. Got nothing. No bread. No food. Yeesh. Well, good luck with that. Come on, really? You channeling the Christ energy, and then that's how you behave? Really? Can't be right. You can't tell me that's right. Same way you can't tell me that these prosperity ministers, I don't care if people willfully hand over their social security checks. They do it because you deceive them into believing it, bring them closer to heaven. Just the same way as overcharging for candles and baths and cleansing. You just take a salt bath, sage your home. I'll send you the information how to do it. No one's going to clear the house better than you. It's your house. People you love, the animals you love, they live there. You're going to protect them better than anybody else ever could. And I'll happily tell you how to do it. Right? So anyway, what else is going on? Let me see what else is happening here. Okay. Well, we're just getting lots of thumbs up, and I'm glad for that. Anybody want to add to that? Does anybody add anything that they think they could do to improve this grim situation that we find ourselves in as apocalyptic aspects are being dealt with? And certainly you have to be blind as a bat not to see it. Anybody? We got YouTube coming in. Hey, Angie, how are you? Okay, well, I know it takes time to get comments, so usually I have a time delay. But there's that, and thank you. I'm trying to cough again, too. Anyway, my good friend, oh my God, my name. How could I not? My hairdresser. Holy cow. Her name just, and one of I spent an hour on the phone a couple of days ago. I'm so sorry. But she was driving, and she saw someone in the road trying to do something, and she looked, and she saw it was a man trying to get a snapping turtle across the road. And she turned the car around, and they spent like an hour, moving this thing and getting it out of the road so it wouldn't get hit by a car. But that is something you can do, and it counts. When we show anyone a kindness, and we take time out of our day to do it without expecting a reward, that's Dharma at work. So showing our those of us who love our animals and those of us who rescue, oh, trust me, that's Dharma. All of that is. Anyway, What else is going on? I got a fair going on Saturday, tomorrow. And let's see, Christina, who does Tree of Life Tarot. That's an interesting read. It's not the same as a lot of the readings. She tells what's going on in your life, where things are going. You get a whole handwritten page with that. And it's very specific along the tree of life. It's interesting. And I was surprised what came up in her audition with me. And then Karn is in with her side cards. That's a deck out of integrity. Thank you, Randy. You're right. Living with integrity. Say what you mean what you say. Stand by your words. And on that note, I got to say one thing that came up over the past couple of weeks is people not honoring their debt, not honoring their commitments. You know, whether it's an employer or a friend or whatever, people not doing what they said they would do. People being owed a lot of money. And yeah, so that's not good. Call yourself a spiritual person and you don't pay your debts, leave someone hanging. That's not cool. So, yeah, Karn, who reads side cards and does mediumship, and Sherry will be there, who also does. Her tarot is the astrological wheel, so the 12 signs of the zodiac, and kind of hits all the different aspects of your life. Or with any reading, you can focus and say, I really want to concentrate on my career. You can program the reading. You don't have to tell them all the details, and you shouldn't. But you can say, come up what comes up, but I really want to focus on my job, my career, my kids, my family. Okay, relationship. So that's important. And also, I always tell people, sometimes I forget, you can record at my shop as well. You can record with your phone any reading, whether it's the $5 quickies or, excuse me, the half-hour affairs or my own privates. It's kind of a red flag when someone says you can't. There are some readers, good readers, who believe that it upsets the integrity or the flow of the energy, but most of us are like, put the phone over there and record, it's fine. If, however, someone is trying to shake you down, that they will never let you do it. They'll never let you record because they don't want any witnesses or anything you could take into the courtroom. So think about that. And that is going on tomorrow from 12 to 6. And I have to tell you, Sunday, Twisted Vine Restaurant, which is right around the corner from me, they're doing a big fair and they'll have vendors. So if you have a chance to stop by, they're on Facebook, Twisted Vine Restaurant. There's a fair going on there. So, and that's Sunday. And I know they've been very busy. It's been very well received. I think they've done one every month now for the past three or 4 months. And a few of my readers are over there and some other excellent readers. So by all means, please go to Twisted Vine and check them out if you have a chance. What else can I talk about? It's new moon. New moon. I believe it's Wednesday, November 4th. I know it's November 4th. Around noon, the new moon is in Scorpio, but it's being strongly aspected by Uranus, but also Saturn. So it's someone Elsa described it as crazy, but not too crazy. Uranus always wants to shake things up. It's unusual. It's different. It wants to see change happen. Sometimes it's chaos, but I think with Saturn right there, it's going to be controlled chaos. The new moon in Scorpio. It's basically whatever house that moon is landing in, whatever house you have Scorpio in, is the house that is going to be shaken up, but also made right. I talked last week about a lot of people, and myself included, doing a lot of purging. And over this next couple of months, the Virgo influence is going to be big on that. Purging, cleaning, clearing stuff out. And that's what Uranus does too. It shakes out the dead wood. And you have to deal with it. And it makes me think of the fact that I could turn this camera on and I will not. However, you would see my living room is full of boxes. Why? Because my daughter's coming home and I've been using her room as a storeroom for the past 3 years. And she's been in college. So I've had to move everything out. I'm painting and fixing it up and moving it all around and emptying the drawers. So lots of goodwill trips, and I've still got to deal with this weekend. But that's the sort of thing that's being dealt with. And in fact, the new moon for me lands in my 4th house of home. And it really is about changing up the home, making it more homey, because that's what the fourth house is. It's about home, basically, home and motherhood and safety and security. Yeah, so it's a nice house. That's where my Scorpio is. Where it was influenced is that I never put any, because Scorpio wants secrets. Scorpio does not talk about their stuff. They keep it quiet. So I never put any birth announcements of my kids. When I put my swing set out, it was in the back, so no one could see that I had children. I was extremely private. I still am private about my kids, and they've asked me to be private. Now they're older, but I've always been private with my family. You'll never see me posting about relationship, or I don't do that. I keep that to myself. And yeah. Okay, so that's that new moon. I've shown you guys, I am banned on Facebook yet again, so I can't do a video. But if you go on my videos, I did a few of them that talk about how you go to astro.com and how you can find out what house the new moon is in by checking your transits. Because some of us have houses that are split between two signs. So it's like, what house is that falling in? Okay. Let's see here. Hey, Abby, it's going good. It's going good. And if you go on Elsa on Facebook, she has a post. I want to say it's like 4 or 5 posts down. The new moon by houses and the effects. So you've got to find out what house it's in. And again, I couldn't do a video, but go on my videos on Talisman and Cauldron, and you'll see it. It's right there. It's marked, and it's how to find the transits. Okay, it's easy to do, but you kind of got to go through the steps on Astro and pull up your chart and then read the. And anyways, I go over all that. It's worth knowing where the new moon is falling, where the full moon is falling, and you know how it's going to affect you. Even Mercury retrograde, what house is the Mercury retrograde in? That's going to affect you personally in that way. So, anyways, go over all of that. Alrighty. So I think with all of that being said, hey, Rolly, hi. Okay, I think I'm gonna start reading cards. All right, so I'm going to do Tarotscopes. For everyone who's new, I do these. I love to teach tarot. I can't wait for the mask mandate to be lifted. We have some cool events and classes that I teach. My room in the back is not big enough to space this out 6 feet. Although I have turned all the tables lengthwise, so you are seating 6 feet across when you do readings back there, or in my reading room. But there isn't space. There's only space for either 9 or 10 people tops anyway. But spreading out, there's just no way I can do that. But love to teach. Been reading since I was 16. Doing palms since I was 14. And again, with COVID, I'm not looking at hands. But it's a 6-card spread that I do. And I encourage you, if you read tarot, to look at what cards. I'm going to tell you what cards I'm pulling, how I interpret the cards, and then put the cards out in the spread and see how you interpret it. So it's a 6-card spread. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First card, top of the pyramid, is the situation. The next 2 cards are what are directly impacting that situation. And then the last 3 cards at the bottom of the pyramid are how this is going to play out. Okay, it's a short-term reading. It's not meant to be, the rest of your life. It's really just for the few weeks ahead. Okay, nothing is permanent here, regardless of what's going on. And that's that. Oh, the other thing I want to tell you about, I'll be talking more about that, and it'll be in the newsletter. I'm doing a book signing the last Sunday of November. A book signing. I think it's the 27th. Dane from Twin Peaks Therapy. He's in the newsletter. I do a little promo there with him. They take Husky. They're a wonderful therapy group. He's the lead. He's the owner of the group, and he wrote a book. And anyone who's he specializes in gay and trans issues. So if anyone is dealing with or thinking about or wants to know more It's going to be a really good book signing. He'll be selling his books, but he's also going to be lecturing and talking more in the newsletter because we're working up his little bio and his what he's going to be talking about. We're talking about that now. But so that's something. If you're in the area on that last Sunday, please stop by. And he's just a lovely person. And it's an issue that I was talking to the two young people about that too. About it's there again, we're seeing the divide. People either handling things very well or very badly. And I sit with kids who, on one hand, some of them are loving families that are being supportive and trying to understand and learn, because it's a new way of thinking. And then I've got some kids that sit there and just start crying. His name is Dane, and it'll be at the shop, Talisman and Cauldron, the 27th, and I think he's going to start at noon. I have kids who are sitting there 16, 17 years old that come up to their parents, and the parents are like, get out. I have kids who are living in their car. Kids who are just put them out. His father wouldn't, I do readings. His father won't tolerate it. Went to go live with a sister, went to go live. Really? It's your kid, And my thing talking about the little things you can do, the acts of kindness you can do is, why make someone's life harder if they're already struggling? If you can't understand it and you don't get it, that's fine. You don't get it. But how does it hurt you? How are you being affected personally? I've always had a mouth since I was a little girl. I've never kept my mouth shut. And I remember when the whole gay marriage, or as I like to call it, marriage, was being discussed. And people were saying things like, well, this is just going to ruin everything. It's, what's next? They want to marry their dog? They're going to marry a horse? What's next? I'm like, yes. I'm pretty sure that's the next thing we'll see is a bunch of horse-human marriages occurring. I'm quite sure of that. Yes, stay tuned. They're like, well, it's about the family. I'm like, what about the family? Most end in divorce. What about the family? I say, let people get married. Show me how it's done. I'm divorced twice myself. By all means, please show me how it's done. Really, love to see it. And you go back in time, all the things that were going to destroy the American way of life. Back when they first were publishing novels, when they figured out how to do paperbacks and books became very accessible and women were reading novels. Well, that was going to ruin everything. Women were going to be reading, and next thing you know, they're going to ignore all their womanly arts, and they weren't going to be cooking or embroidering. They're just too busy reading, and that's bad. When women cut their hair short, whoa, that was the end of life. Dance throughout history. When the wall was going to just the fabric of American society. It was like having sex right there on the ballroom. There you go. Amid the wall, and you can research. This is true. Women getting the vote, that was going to destroy everything. And so we've managed to survive. We'll survive this too, and we'll grow from it and be better for it. How awful that a human being is unhappy in the skin they were put in. Why would you give that person a problem? Why would you make it harder? That's a hard thing. And it's really cool. I had one young friend, and I were asking him, I said, what'd your parents say when you came out? He goes, they were like, whatever. They're like, yeah, we knew, it's fine, whatever. He said, it just wasn't a big deal. How great though, he didn't have any of the angst, the horror, the sadness. Guys, don't make someone's hard life harder. If someone's got a problem, and if you know someone's struggling, reach out. A lot of the readings have been about people like, you have a friend who's you've been worried about? Have they been talking about, depression and okay, well, reach out then. Make that phone call. Talk to them. Right? What else do we see here? Oh, Garrett, I'm so sorry, honey. Well, good. I'm glad. Well, it was a long conversation. They came in and they asked the right question, and there was lots to talk about with that too. So abilities are whatever our financial situation is. There's lots we can do to make things better, and one of the things we can do is not make it harder. Okay, there's that. On that note, let's throw cards. Okay, I'm shuffling, and I am going to start with Aries. Sometimes I go backwards. Sometimes I do the moon. It's like And I love the moon. But then it involves everyone to know where their moon is and what sign it's in. And I do that too, but again, banned, so I can't do the video to show you how to find out what moon you are in. Many astrologers believe the moon is actually more important than the sun. I believe that too. Oh, give me a break. Okay, we came back. Excellent. Yes, we live our sun, but we feed our moon. Our moon is our emotional side. If you don't pay attention to your moon and deal with your moon's emotional stuff, a lot of folks talk about the rising, and they're like, oh, are your readings for the rising and for this? I'm like, not really. I don't really put a big thing on the rising. The rising sign is how you present, how you choose to present to the world. You know, maybe very different than what you are, but who you are inside. But it's what you put out there, and it's important. But I don't know. It doesn't ring that way to me. Your moon is extremely important. Your Mars placement is very important. How you get angry, how you get passionate. Your Venus, what you love, how you love. And that's all in your natal chart. You can get an excellent natal chart done at elsaelsa.com. I also suggest you get your solar return done. I give myself one of those every year on my birthday. That's the energy of the year to come. Even if you're halfway through your birthday point, hindsight's 2020. Nice to see it that way. You can see what's happened and what's going to happen. It's still relevant. If you're very close to having a birthday, Elsa will of course do it for the upcoming year. So that's a solar return in your natal chart. She does a really good children's natal chart, $10. It's like 19 pages long. These charts are long. These are long reports. And I love the children's report. I've given that to some people as gifts. It's potential career, illnesses, really a good all-around report for a young person. It's for you to read. It's your child, not for you to give the kid, but the parent to have a more understanding of what their little child is bringing in. So I'm contending with, because we have challenges in our charts. We all do. Some charts are easier than others, but there's always a challenge somewhere in how the planets are transiting or how they're affecting or impacting each other. So, okay. Let us start to throw cards. Aries, right. Here we go with Aries. Ready? First card is the Seven of Wands, the Tower reversed, the Seven of Swords, the Hermit reversed, Strength, and the Empress. So how do I read these cards? Well, the first card up is the Seven of Wands, and that's usually a card of education. Speaks to education, training, studies. The Tower reversed and the Seven of Swords. Tower reversed is chaos that you're bringing in. And I want to say it's a rejection of being told how things have to be. And Aries does hate that. Aries does not like being told. Aries likes to put the establishment, on its head. They're not really not big on that. Not as bad as Aquarius, but they don't like being told what to do. It has to be done. It's always been done this way, and they're like, then that means we should do it differently, maybe, huh? The Hermit reversed is choosing to be alone, stepping back, stepping away. The Seven of Swords can be a card of gossip, of talk, but again, it's a negative card. And the Tower reversed is we're not doing that now. I'm not listening to that now. I'm learning a different way, and I'm going to do things differently. The Strength and the Empress, those are great cards. Those are major arcana cards. Actually, 4 of these cards are major cards. The Hermit reversed, this idea of I'm going to stand on my own. Strength and the Empress. Really, you know how to provide for yourself and others. And you're not going to listen to people telling you how it has to be done. Aries is forging a new trail here. Aries is saying, no, we're not doing it that way anymore. I'm not playing that way anymore. And really coming at it from a place of great strength and knowing that this is the right thing to do. Okay? But it is about learning a new way, learning a new way, training yourself to behave a different way, stepping away from negativity, stepping away from gossip, stepping away from people who tell you that you have to do something a certain way. No, you don't. No, you do not. And I guess that echoes what I was talking about in terms of we are learning new ways of getting along in this world. Hey, Julia. Yeah. Well, Aries would be leading that fight. Aries would be. They hate bullies. They hate people who attack those that are weaker. And honestly, again, that idea of no, we're gonna roll with this. We're gonna do it the right way. Okay. So, all right, Taurus. Taurus. We start off with the Five of Swords reversed. We have the Eight of Coins, and we have the Nine of Wands reversed. We have the Ace of Wands reversed, the King of Cups reversed, and the Knight of Swords. Now, I talk about the fact that when signs are conjunct, that is to be, hey, Garrett, when they're laying next to each other, there's usually a similarity very often in the readings, and usually there's a similarity all the way around. In terms of, like I said, this week was a lot about career stuff. Here with Taurus, a little different than Aries, but this idea of the Five of Swords reversed is, the Five of Swords is taking professional advice. So let's say you're being bullied in the workplace, you go see HR. If you are unhappy in your marriage, you see a marriage counselor, you see a divorce attorney. It's about listening to someone in authority that knows what they're talking about. And I'm going to say for Taurus, it seems to be about work. I'm not sure. Taurus is working. Eight of Coins, great card. Work, motivated by their work, enjoying their work. The Nine of Wands reversed. Ace of Wands reversed. There's a sense of being stymied. Okay. But, hey, Deb. But I will say, Cancer's coming up, Liliana. For Taurus, I'm not sure that it's a lack of education that's holding you back. The King of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords. King of Cups reversed is a man, well, it's a weakness. Sometimes a depressed, sometimes anxious, sometimes an alcoholic. Cups are liquid, and that can speak to alcoholism or addiction. So you're not thinking clearly. And the Knight of Swords is very strong, very, very strong communication. And I'm wondering if Taurus has someone in their life, whether it's work or home, and they're saying, you know what, you don't hold me back anymore. Okay, the way Aries isn't going to be held back by backwards thinking and non-progressive thinking, Taurus is like, nah, nope. Or maybe I'm going to go report this person home, to HR, but they're holding it back. And again, no one's tolerating that any longer. If you have a weakness, if you can't help yourself, then get out of the way. Or you need to be. The idea that you're going to be allowed to just behave badly is over. People are being called out. People are being found out. I said everything was getting revealed. Here it is being revealed. I also want to remind people that I said a few months ago that Facebook would cease to exist. It's why I started a YouTube channel. And people are like, what do you mean? How do you? Well, Facebook won't be Facebook anymore. What are they calling Facebook? Meta? What is it being called? There's some new name for Facebook. If they even get that far, because they're under a lot of fire right now for some bad behavior and a lot of whistleblowers in the organization. So we'll see how that goes down. But with Taurus, I'm going to say Taurus is saying, I'm working. I'm going to work. I enjoy the job, and you're not going to stop me, whether it's somebody at work who's putting up roadblocks or someone at home who's making it hard for you to go off to work with hey, Patricia, you're not tolerating it. It's not being tolerated, okay? People have to move forward and do the right thing. And again, if it's depression, she's about, you need a therapist. It's time to talk to somebody. Too many people, and it happens in the shop too. We don't tolerate it. We don't allow it. I did a blog some time ago saying the title was you don't need a psychic, you need a psychologist. If someone's in a state of mental disorder, they don't need a reading. And people take advantage of that. That's where psychics, scammers, that's their forte. It's like cash cow time. There is no stone. There is no, it can help elevate energy. Absolutely. Hematite ring, wonderful thing to wear. Ground you, absorb negativity, help you distinguish between fact and fiction. And that's wonderful. Not everyone's talking about you. Not everything is going against you. Help you kind of realize and find your balance. But if you need to be on medication, then there's no stone going to help that. If you need insulin because you're diabetic, there's no stone. Okay, there's no herb. There's nothing you're going to carry. It can help build up your energy. We can help give you motivation. We can help make you sure that you're able to get up out of bed in the morning and feel better, and maybe some black tourmaline, some rose quartz, get that self-love going, clear the energy, negate the negative energy, keep your vibration high. Absolutely. But it won't cure cancer. Okay, remember that. And if it's not going to cure schizophrenia, that requires medical attention. So that's what I'm seeing in this Taurus reading, is just saying, if you won't help yourself, I can't help you. We're going to get you help, because you can't allow someone, or either in work or home, to keep you from doing what you got to do. Right? So looking at house 3, and that is Gemini. We start with the 9 of Cups reversed, the 2 of Wands, the World, the Queen of Swords reversed, the Hierophant, and the Emperor reversed. Okay. Wow. Well, the 9 of Cups is not a great card, reversed, because it's losing hope. It's things not going the way you were hoping, wishes not coming true. And what's interesting here, the Queen of Swords reversed. Well, the situation, the 2 of Wands, which is partnership, and the World, I love those 2 cards. What's the issue here? Queen of Swords reversed, the Hierophant, the Emperor reversed. Queen of Swords reversed. So if the King of Cups reversed is a man who's got, depression, anxiety, possibly alcoholism, not thinking clearly, the Queen of Swords reversed is vindictive, manipulative, difficult female. Sometimes, because swords are air and air is thought, it can be a woman who's dealing with Alzheimer's. And I'm looking at 2 cards, the Emperor reversed, which is often a man who doesn't be responsible. It sometimes is a man who doesn't be responsible, but it also can speak to a man who is being forced into retirement. I'm so sorry, guys. And again, losing their ability to function. Again, we have this potential here with someone who's losing hope. 2 of Wands support the World, whole new world. And I'm looking at these 2 people. You may have parents that you need care, Gemini. There may be someone that and again, the Hierophant is saying it may be a situation where you can't take care of them any longer. It may be a time that you have to talk to mom and dad and say, you need some supervision here. And that comes up all the time. When do you do that? When do you say you can't drive a car anymore? It's not safe, not for you and not for the drivers on the road. You may have a decision to make about your parents, Gemini. It may be someone that you're looking at just bad behavior, but it looks like it's paired up. The Queen of Swords reversed, the Emperor reversed, and losing hope that it's going to get better. Another one more card for clarity. Now the 4 of Coins. It also could be a couple. I have to say, they're staying together just because of money. Hang on, I just lost Facebook again. YouTube. Okay, now YouTube is unstable. Hey, Deb. Okay, so I'm back. So anyways, it could be with this 4 of Coins, people are standing up for money. The idea that how will I make it financially? The 4 of Coins. I do get the feeling, Gemini. I'm hoping that you're not one of the people, whether you're the Emperor reversed or the Queen of Swords reversed, that's just trying to hang on to a marriage due to financial, problems. I think it looks more to me like someone in your family, someone that you're or someone you're close to that's struggling, and you're trying to figure out how to help them. But I tell you, if two people are determined to stay together because of finances, and they feel like that they can't, they're not willing to sell their home, they're not willing to do the things they have to do when you end a marriage or end a, it's very hard to tell them that they should do it. And it's also not always your place. I hear women all the time that come in for readings and they're like, all my friends say I should leave. I'm like, well, you've got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. They're not in school yet. Can you afford to leave? Is this a good time to leave? Like, it's really not. They're so young, and as long as you're not being abused, I'll never tell anyone to stay if they're being abused. I'll never tell anybody what to do, period. But it may not be time. So everyone's like, oh, you go, girl, you got this, you can do it. Appreciate the cheer. But really, it's not that easy. And when your kids are in school, it's a lot easier. Maybe taking that time you go to school yourself. Start making your plans so you can take care of yourself. Whether it's to get your degree or finish off schooling or certificate, whatever it is you got to do. Use that time to make plans. Sadly, I do know people, and I can't judge, knowing that they're unhappy, knowing they're in a marriage they're not happy with, telling them, I won't stay unless we move near my parents. And then once they make that move, then serving papers. Why? Because they know they need help with the kids. And if you're with somebody who isn't going to provide the help, okay, well, you can't blame someone for that. But it's not always that easy. And I'm going to say with Gemini, you recognize that. Okay, Cancer. Ace of Coins reversed. The High Priestess. The 7 of Coins reversed. The King of Coins reversed. The 9 of Coins. The 3 of Swords. Well, the Ace of Coins reversed is an absence of money. The High Priestess and the 7 of Coins is finding ways intuitively, instinctively, how I can make more money. That's what the 7 of Coins reverse says, is how can I earn more money? And the 9 of Coins is a wonderful coin card, a wonderful money card, but it's surrounded by the King of Coins reversed and the 3 of Swords. So the King of Coins reversed is usually a man who is either very bad with money, selfish with money, or preoccupied with money. And the 3 of Swords is heartbreak. And it really, for Cancer, is like, how can I support myself? How can I bring more money in? Now, if someone's preoccupied with money because they lost their job, I understand that. It's really about how can I bring more money in, but it really does. I'm going to throw one more card for clarity. The King of Swords. It seems like the train is off the track here. It seems like there's so much fear around money that the clarity is you can make money. In this card, the 9 of Coins is saying that. But there's a lot of heartbreak. And it's someone who's not letting go of a lack. And the King of Swords is coming in and saying logic and intuition. It can't just be, oh, I know it'll be okay, I feel that way. It's saying to someone, listen, here's the budget. I went over the bills. Here's what we're paying. Here's what we need to make. That's a big difference between saying, oh, I just know it's going to be okay, to I did our bills for 6 months. I looked at all the receipts. This is what we spend. This is where we can cut back. And you see the difference? Someone stepping up and saying, look, we can get through this, and this is how we're going to do it. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Cancer. It's more about logic and intuition. And Cancer's a water sign. They're very intuitive. But really finding new ways to bring money in. And a lot of logic with that. It's possible. If you're in a bad shape financially, and it looks like maybe some of you are struggling, it's here's how it can be done. Now, if you have someone coming to you for help for money, and it's a repeat offender, someone who's always, whether it's a kid or someone in your family or a friend, it might be like, let's look at your budget. Let's look at where your money's going. I'm not an ATM. And let's look at how you're spending your money. So that's we can help people out by doing that. A lot of folks don't realize. Women going back to work after having a baby, depending on what their salary is. I was working in Stanford when I had my first kid, and did the math. Then between the money in the commute, lunches, clothes for work, I worked in Stanford, was the cost of daycare. My husband at the time had the insurance, so I'm like, listen, I can earn this money on my own, and I started a business. But sometimes you're shocked at how much money you think you're bringing home something, but you're not. It's not coming anywhere close to what you think. So and that kind of speaks to those cards, for Cancer. It's just, Cancer can get a little crazier on money. In that they tend to think that they're going broke. There's an old astrological joke. Cancer will tell you that they're broken. They're down to the last like 20,000 in the bank, and so it's all going to come crashing down there. Sorry guys, move my foot. So there's that. All right, Death. We have the Page of Cups, the King of Wands reversed, the Knight of Coins reversed, the Lovers, and the Chariot reversed. These cards, just glancing at them quickly, would be someone who's getting pressured to work less to spend time in a relationship, for Leo. This idea, or again, trying to juggle their time between two very different careers, the one they love and the one that makes the money. It's about juggling and about what you're going to end. It's coming to an end. You can't do both forever. You can't, again, the King of Wands reverse, that workaholic, work. And yet I'm looking at the Lovers. I'm looking at the Page of Cups. There's either a child or a family that they need you too. And this idea of the Knight of Coins reverse and the Chariot reverse, being the fear of, if I don't work, I don't make the money. And it's true. Yeah, sometimes you do have to work a lot. There's no getting around it. If you own a business, if you're not working, ain't nothing coming in, But Leo, this really does speak to an ending. Like, listen, if you have no time to spend with somebody, then I guess you should let them go so they can find somebody who can. If you honestly are never going to have time for somebody. That's hurtful, but it's true. But the love is there. The Lovers, I think you're going to sit there and look at the work and say, okay, I'm going to, listen, I know I've been working a lot, but I'm going to do this with you. This is now belonging. These Saturday afternoons are yours. I will not work here. This is always going to be our time. That's really what it's about. Something stopping, yeah, it'll mean less money coming in maybe, but again, there's quality of life issues here. Okay? Not short, but that's how I read those cards. And Virgo. I'm so sick of coughing. Okay. Alrighty. Virgo. Virgo and Scorpio are the two signs. I always want to take a breath here because it can be really good or it can be really bad. So for Virgo, I see the Six of Coins reversed, the Three of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Hangman, the Queen of Coins reversed, and Judgment. These cards really do, Virgo. They talk about travel and going and doing. This idea of bills to pay, Six of Coins reversed, there's debt here, there's something has to get paid. But again, not that different than Leo. There's quality of life issues too. The Hangman says you've paid your debt. Delayed gratification, eating your dinner before you get dessert. And again, because I'm looking at the Lovers here, I think it's a relationship and work issue. Only in this case, it could be either taking a trip, taking time away. Here I got the Queen of Coins reversed, which is a woman who's very preoccupied with money, sometimes to the negative, selfish behavior. It also could be someone who's just again, just very concerned or bad with money. But again, this idea of we need to get away. And finding a way to get away. And I talked to people about that. You can just travel upstate. Everyone talking in Connecticut, Vermont is like the high holy land. I don't know what it is about Vermont, but people talk about Vermont like, they're making a pilgrimage. If you go up to Litchfield County, it's just like Vermont. You just leave Fairfield County and you're in a whole other land. But you can get a bed and breakfast and go leaf hunting and, just an overnighter and and just change your attitude, get some time away. But the other thing I have to say that these cards could speak of for Virgo is this idea like, I've paid my debt, I'm paying my debt, I've done what I need to do, or when I'm done, I'm leaving. Okay, this Queen of Coins reverses. I'm done. I won't be held here any longer. And I'm going someplace or being with somebody that I love. It does speak about getting away, both these cards. And again, it's about paying your dues. And it's like, damn it, I've paid my dues. And I want to have fun. I want to travel. I want to go. I want to relocate. I want to see the world. Okay? All right, Libra. No comments coming in, guys. Everything okay? You're still out there, right? Everyone's still able to see me. I know we've lost connection here a couple times. Always makes me nervous. And YouTube, same here, okay? All right. Libra. We're going to start off with the Six of Wands reversed. Okay, Pamela, thank you. Six of Wands reversed. Justice reversed. Five of Coins reversed. Four of Cups reversed. Five of Wands reversed. Three of Coins. All about career. This is career and money, pure and simple. And honestly, it's Six of Wands reversed, not advancing. Five of Coins reversed. It's all about the money. No, Scorpio will be next. Got it. Justice reversed, unfair. Four of Cups reversed. Is there anything else I can do? Five of Wands reversed, conflict, which God, Libra hates that. Libra hates it. And so the Five of Wands reversed is like the desire to get away from conflict, the idea to leave that behind. And the Three of Coins. Three of Coins is great, celebrating new money. I really want to think that this is about, it's not even about choosing between what you love and what you don't love in terms of work. Hey, Anna Maria. It's really about, it's not fair, but this is what you do. And I almost want to think it's like being promoted in a job that you hate. It's like, oh, good, they're going to promote me. And I don't like doing it. Oh, growth, yay. But I got to do more of this thing that I don't enjoy doing. It's not fair. It could be too that if you're waiting for advancement, if you're waiting for the money that comes from it, you've been doing a lot of work, it's been, grueling. Well, it's coming. The Three of Coins is saying there's money coming in. It has a happy ending in terms of the cash. And Libra doesn't mind money. Libra likes luxury. Libra's ruled by Venus. They like nice things. They enjoy spending their money. They like a nice car. They enjoy that stuff. But it's just the in and out of the daily grind. It's like the paycheck is what you're there for. But I will say if it is promotion you're waiting for, it's coming. If it's a new job, it's coming. The reason, there's a reason to celebrate new money. And in the meantime, hey, listen, I hear it all the time. More hours and drain. Pamela, thanks for validating me. People will say that they don't enjoy their job. They don't like the people they work with. Okay, well, that's fair enough. They don't like them. But then they'll say, this one is ignoring me, or that one isn't talking to me, or I wasn't invited and everyone else was. And I'm like, So take the money you would have spent on that party, or take the money you would have spent on that, go get a pedicure, go buy yourself something nice, go take yourself out to lunch, or what do you don't like these people? Why do you care? Again, why do you care? You don't like them, right? So I'm like, your coworkers, and it's good. We spend a lot of time with our coworkers. We're there 8, 9, 10 hours a day, commute time, all that stuff. It's great if you like your coworkers. How wonderful. But these people, you don't feed them, you don't go home with them, you don't fuck them. They are not your people, you know? And so you just put a smile on your face, you do what you gotta do, you collect your paycheck, you have hobbies, you have family, you have people you love, you have things you do, your pets, your home. You make, it's okay to say this job, I'm just doing this job because it affords me the opportunity to do the things I want to do. And one thing with Libra, with that 5 of Wands reversed, is they're saying, but I won't be involved in conflict. Okay, that I am saying I'm not doing. While I'm trying to figure out what else I could do in terms of work, in terms of things but 5 of Wands reversed, I will not do the conflict. It's just walk away from it. Turn a blind eye. Pretend you don't know what they're talking about. Someone tries to engage you in something. What? Oh, look at the time. I gotta go. We'll talk later. Okay. Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio. Give me a sec here. Okay. Well, the Page of Coins. News of money coming in. 8 of Swords. Mourning. Sadness. 10 of Cups. Not liking where you live. Unhappiness. Emotional unhappiness under the roof. 8 of Wands reversed. Focus on career. Just focus. You're not happy where you live, but focus on work. 2 of Swords. Rock in a hard place. And the 10 of Coins, and that is financial success in the home. If you're selling a home, it's making money. If it's having the money to get a new place to live. It's if you're in real estate, well, you're making money at that. Okay. How do I put these cards together for Scorpio? Well, it's about money, Scorpio. It's about money. The Page of Coins. Maybe you got a line on a job. Maybe someone's told you about a job. I don't know what to tell you about the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is a sad card. It's a mourning. It's how do I get up in the morning? It's how do I get out of bed? It's sadness. It can be a miscarriage card. And the 10 of Cups, again, you're not happy at home. Sadness, unhappy, emotional unhappiness. The cards are being clear. Focus on career. 8 of Wands reversed. Hyper focus on that. It's rock in a hard place. 10 of Coins. It really is. You got to focus on career to get the new house, to get the new place. So you're not happy where you are. To get out, you have money coming in. And for some reason, there's a sense of, well, let me throw one more card for clarity. Oh boy. Okay, so the Page of Wands reversed. This really would speak to, like I was saying earlier, about having a young person, and it's reversed. It's this idea of sometimes you can't just go to work. Sometimes if you've got a young child at home, you can't just say, "Oh, okay, I don't like where I live. I'll leave." But like I said, the young kid at home. Well, not that easy then, is it? You got to find daycare. You got to find childcare. It is rock in a hard place. But the cards are being clear that you have to focus on career. I don't see anyone helping you. There's nothing here offering relief. It really is sad and hard, and it is about, it's about job and home, job and moving into a place that you're secure, that you're financially secure. It's about financial security. And again, that first card, that Page of Coins, is news of money. If you've got a lead in a job, you know what? Take the job and figure it out. All right? Take the job and figure it out. And focus there. Okay? And let other things fall into place as they will. There's no easy answers. And it may be that, God help me, you may have someone else watching your child for you. There may be, oh my God, I'm sorry. One more card. You know, the Four of Swords reversed. Could be a special, I know people have special needs kids, and it's not that easy. People just want to babysit them. You know, people don't just want to take in, you know, it's not that simple. They can't go to regular daycare, or they need some special care or attention that the average caregiver can't give them. There's a lot of anxiety there. The Four of Swords reversed. You go to work and you got to worry, you know, and if you're home, you got to worry about work. You got to worry about having money coming in. So it's rock in a hard place, Scorpio. But it is this idea of you still got to work, okay? And unless you can remove some yourself and perhaps the child from an unhappy living situation, nothing else is gonna work, you know? It's like trying to put your underwear on over your pants. I'm sorry, but it won't work. So yeah, the child may be in a less than optimal situation. And again, I'm saying child. It could also be taking a job that you don't really like. You really don't enjoy it. There's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, high anxiety. But again, it'll get you out of the situation you're in. Okay? Whether there's a child involved or not, it really does speak to doing what you have to do to get what you need, to pay for the new housing, to pay for your home, your living expenses, whatever you're trying to do to extract yourself from one situation, but yet you still have to deal with some pretty hard aspects. Again, temporary cards. This isn't the way it's going to be for the rest of your life. All right. So sorry. Sagittarius. The Six of Swords reversed. The Two of Coins reversed. The Queen of Cups reversed. The Fool reversed. The Moon and the Ten of Wands reversed. Okay, Sag. The Six of Swords reversed is really being stuck in place. And for a Sagittarius, that is hard. That's really hard for a Sag. The average Sag has to be able to travel, move, go. Why? No, Two of Coins reversed, Queen of Cups reversed. Fool reversed. The Moon. You know, it's almost like you're tied to somebody, Sagittarius, that, again, we look at this, the Moon, I look at the Moon as mental health disorders, the Queen of Cups, depression, the Two of Coins reversed. Now, it could be for Sagittarius. This is very possible that the inability to travel, the inability to go and do is making you sick. You know, is that it's actually making you, you know, depressed, anxious, sad. This idea, I can't move anywhere, I can't go. They don't do well like in cubicles. Sagittarius does not do good confined. It's not that. They make great traveling salesmen. They make great professors, or anything lets you go, move between classes, you know, have some freedom, flexibility. But you put them in a situation where they got to count. I mean, some of these just came up today too. These home-based, you know, working remotely. Well, you know, they check every minute of the day. You take a bathroom break, you check in, check out. They account for every minute. It can be easier to go to an office than these remote jobs. They can be really draining. And I'm going to say with Sag, the Ten of Wands reverses the straw that broke the camel's back. So I'm going to say, clock's ticking. How much Sag is going to tolerate or be able to tolerate. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Oh man. I got to tell you, for Sagittarius, it's kind of a pressure cooker here. And I think the new moon in Scorpio is not helping this. That Uranus aspect we're seeing, which is to mix it up. Like I say, if you can't change what you're doing, then change something else. As simple as go to a different grocery store, take a different way home from work, go to a movie, do something to break the routine. Because Sag is really getting tired of routine, really getting tired of the same old thing, and really getting tired of feeling like, again, they can't move. They can't go. All right? It was funny, my Sagittarius daughter, she got vaccinated very soon because no one was going to tell her she could get on a plane. That girl, classic Sagittarius, things get crazy. She's like, she buys a ticket, she goes somewhere for a weekend. She goes. You can't fence them in. Gemini and Aquarius are kind of similar. Okay, Capricorn. We have the Eight of Cups reversed, the Four of Wands reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, the Star, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Well, first of all, crippling anxiety, okay? Eight of Cups reversed, more of this whole want to leave, want to go, want to do, and cannot. Eight of Cups reversed can also be a little bit of homesickness too, but this idea of you're not going anywhere, you got to deal with it. The Four of Wands reversed, pressures at work, nothing really to celebrate. The Knight of Wands reversed, things aren't moving along. It's a little different than Sag in that it feels like a physical. With Capricorn, it feels more of a oppressive work or Isha. Things aren't progressing, aren't moving. Why aren't they moving? I don't know. The Star is a great card. The Ace of Swords, strong communication, but anxiety. I think this is one of those times when that door ain't gonna open unless you push hard on it. Okay? That boulder isn't gonna get out of your way unless you shove it out of your way. This is Capricorn. Ten of Swords reverse. Yep, you're on the way up here. You're hitting rock bottom and on the way up. Whatever was holding you back, you're done with it. And I love the Star because the Star or the Sun are the two best cards in the deck. The Star is shining on you, saying you got this, but it really isn't going to resolve itself. Okay, it's not going to resolve itself, Capricorn. You are going to have to do. You're going to have to get your hands dirty. You're going to have to get your hands dirty. Excellent, Nicolette. I love seeing that. But there's no way. You have to speak up, and you're going to have to. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. We have the Page of Swords reversed. We have the Queen of Wands. There's the Two of Cups. The Lovers, I'm sorry, not the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, excuse me. And we have Temperance reversed. Oy. This really does, this is just pure relationship. Just so you know, this is all about relationship for Aquarius. And there's an imbalance. Someone is not talking about something that they're feeling. Good, Nicoletta. Oh, love that. There's something out of balance, Aquarius. Someone's not talking about it. Page of Swords reversed. And normally I would look at these cards and think someone is loving someone more than someone else. Someone is afraid to speak up and say, you're feeling this more than I am, or I'm feeling this more than you are. It seems like I'm more invested than you are. But it seems to me that there's strong emotion, loving emotion coming from both parties. Where's the imbalance coming from? Fuck if I know. Queen of Wands, friendly, happy. Someone's not saying something. Seven of Cups, what do I want? Ooh, okay, that answers the question. I'm going to say that somebody wants this to move forward more than the other one does. Someone knows what they want and someone doesn't know what they want. And while there's love and there's strong feelings, I tell you what, you can't ultimatum of an Aquarius. You can't tell an Aquarius what they're going to do. I mean, you can't do that. If you ultimatum them, it's either this or it's, they will leave. It may kill them, but they will leave. They will not be ultimatum. And so this really does speak to someone's not talking about it, but it's out of balance. There's a lack, and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say with Aquarius, someone is feeling something that the other one isn't. I can't beat that dead horse, but these cards are pretty clear. And again, I don't know what I want. I'm not ready for that commitment. I'm not sure I want to get married. I'm not sure I want to move in with you. I don't, or vice versa. I'm ready for this, and you're not. That oh god, that episode of Friends where Phoebe was the cop, and the cop was just in love with her, and I want to live with you, and and she was just like, it's too soon, it's too quick, and and he's like, no, and she does it. There's a mistake, but it's like that. It's like Aquarius is like Phoebe and saying, I don't know. I think I just want to wait a little bit longer. If that makes sense or not, but okay, Pisces. Hold on one second. I got to shuffle the cards a little bit. All those extra cards for clarity, and I don't have enough for Pisces. So give me a sec. How's everybody doing out there? How's everything going? Comments? Anything going on? Everybody okay? Any questions? But these are short-term cards. These are not long-term, you shouldn't be dealing with this in 6 months' time. And Team Pisces. Oh, I'm captain of that fan club. I'm Pisces myself. Okay, one more card here. All right, Pisces. What do I see happening here? Well, Devil reversed. Leaving toxic behavior, toxic places, toxic people behind you. Devil reversed. So if you've got an addiction issue, well, you're walking away from it. You're leaving it behind. The Three of Wands, the Sun reversed, the Magician, the Five of Cups reversed, and the Page of Swords reversed. Okay. Wow. Makes me think of my Pisces daughter, first of all, but leaving something toxic behind, leaving something that's not serving your higher good behind you. Education, Three of Wands, and you know better. Sun reversed. It's something that's just failed, something that is just not happening. And the Magician next to the Three of Wands makes me think, that this is about education and doing what you want to do and doing what you know you need to do and leaving something behind that's holding you back. Okay. And it's hard. It's saying goodbye, literally, Page of Swords. It is saying goodbye to something that you really cared about that just isn't happening. The Sun reversed is failure. If the Sun upright is success, the Sun reversed is failure. And the Five of Cups is you're done crying over spilt milk. You're moving away. That's hard for a Pisces to do, by the way. We really do have a hard time leaving, no matter how bad it is. It's why so many of us are addict magnets. And you have to get out of that habit. But young Pisces, boy, whew. My own mentor, Judith, who was my mentor, said to me once, I'll never forget this. She goes, Laura, it's possible to go to the pound and pick out a puppy that's healthy. You don't always have to bring home the sick puppies. Apply that to relationships. You don't always have to bring home the sick. You can actually have a normal relationship with a perfectly healthy person. Who knew, right? For Pisces, that's like, what? I mean, Virgo loves a project. Pisces wants to, wants to take care of you. My God. A lot of codependency with Pisces, a lot of codependent relationships. But I'm going to say, Virgo, you're guilty too. I've seen you guys do it too. Virgo is determined to get that person well, where Pisces is just coddling and prolonging the agony. So this is Pisces saying, no, you know what? I know what I got to do for me, and it's time for me to move on, and being clear about the goodbyes. Okay? So, and it is. It's about Pisces taking care of Pisces, taking care of yourself, bringing this whole thing around, Robin. Like I said, put the mask on yourself before you put it on your kids. Why? Because if you pass out and die, you're not going to help your kids live then, are you? It really is about taking care of yourself. You have to. All right? So you got to put yourself first sometimes. Trust me, you have to. All right? Guys, thank you for being here. Thanks for everything. I hope that helped people. I want to remind you that, obviously not every Pisces is going through this, but do you have someone your brother, your kid, someone you're close to, that it's been weighing on you, that they're going through it? It could be just to say, they're going to be okay, they're going to get through it for you, or to let them know, you know what? Yeah, you're going to get through this. Okay. Often in readings, I'll do a reading and I'll be talking about what I'm seeing, and they're like, oh, that's not me, but my daughter's going through it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, what were you thinking when I was shuffling the cards? Oh, my daughter. I'm like, okay, well, that's what's going to be in the cards, because that was what you were thinking about. So, anywho, I'm just going to say goodbye here. Some people are checking in. Hey, Virginia, you're welcome. And yes, okay, everyone, have a great weekend. Get some rest. Take care of yourselves. Love you and behave. Okay? Bye-bye.